Hey everyone, welcome to Craving Something Scary, where it's all horror all the time. Now in this video, I'm going to discuss the current state of Scream 6. I'm going to explore what we know about the film, the cast, and the crew as of this moment. So buckle up, get your popcorn ready, and settle in, because it's time to get caught up on all things Scream 6. Let's go. So the news for Scream 6 has been pouring out at a crazy pace, and I thought it was time to pull everything together and take stock of where we are at with this movie in one video for all of you to have one-stop shop, basically, of where we're at for Scream 6 as of today, the 19th of March. All right, so here's what we know. We're going to talk about what we know for sure. Number one, we know that Scream 6 is happening. The official announcement was made about a month after actually it was released in theaters. And I remember I was still taking in Scream 5, and bam, the sequel is announced. So exciting news for sure. And I said, well, that's probably all the news we're going to get for a little while. And, maybe they'll start filming it in the fall of this year. Heck, they could begin filming it the first of next year. It's even a possibility. But I figured, hey, that's probably going to be all we're going to hear about for several months. They just wanted to let us know that it's been greenlit and we will be getting a sequel. But little did I know that it was just the beginning of an avalanche over these last few weeks of information. So that leads me to the second thing we know about Scream 6 is we know who is making the movie. So yes, it's been confirmed that Radio Silence will return to direct Scream 6, and they're also bringing back the writing team of Guy Busick and James Vanderbilt. So the entire creative team is back in full. And I also want to add that includes the producing team, which Kevin Williamson is a part of. So Kevin Williamson is also back as executive producer, and I'm sure he will be providing more insight as he did in Scream 5, more consulting to the scenes and to the script. So he'll be there, I'm sure, again, lurking around to help out and give his advice and his counsel. I just wish they'd put him at the writing table, okay? They didn't do it. I knew they weren't going to do it, but I really was hoping that Kevin Williamson would have a seat at the table with James and Guy, and it would have been a three-tiered writing monster, if you will, to create this script. But anyway, didn't happen, but hopefully, James and Guy, hopefully, they're going to do a great job. I'm optimistic they're going to do a good job, and Kevin is still there, so I'm sure they're going to run things by Kevin out of respect, if for nothing else, because it's what they did last year, and he actually gave them notes and pointers according to Radio Silence. So the band is back together again, as they say, for Scream 6 on the creative side, directing side, writing, the whole nine yards. Now, the next thing we know is when Scream 6 begins filming. So, they dropped another bomb on us. Okay, they announced the movie was going to be made. It was greenlit. That was mid-February, somewhere around that, right around mid-February. And then now, right around mid-March, what do? They drop another bomb, and they say filming begins this summer. That's right, summer 2022, filming begins. And listen, that was great news, and it's a bit surprising as well, because how soon that is after we just heard that it was going to be greenlit. I mean, the last thing we heard about it was the script wasn't even finished yet, and here we are. It's like bam, just that quick. But I figured, hey, it could be late July, let's say, or August, whenever they begin filming, maybe the fall, like I said earlier. But this, not necessarily this soon. I mean, this was a shocker to me when the news just came out that they're filming in the summer. I thought to myself, whoa, this is quick. They are like moving super fast. So I don't know. Hopefully the script was prepared well in advance and they were working on it as they were already, writing this one. Maybe they already had, an outline involved. And that's the thought, that they have an outline created for a trilogy. So, it seems really fast, but maybe it's not as fast as it appears. But that was really soon. It's really soon. So, what else do we know? Well, we know when Scream 6 will be released in theaters. Yes, you heard me right. Released in theaters. We already have the scheduled release date for Scream 6. So, the topic of discussion for the last several days has been the summer filming time frame and how quick that is and how incredible it is that we're starting filming this quickly. And then it was just announced yesterday that it will now be released in theaters March 31st, 2023. That's right. Just basically 1 year from now, Scream 6 will be dropping in theaters. So what an incredible last few weeks here. We've got the news of the summer filming schedule of June. And then now we have the release date of the movie. And yes, some people have said, how can they know the release date before they even film it? And just FYI, that's very common in the film business. They very oftentimes will announce those release dates before they film the movies because they schedule their years out. They plan it. It's a lot of stuff involved, but that's not as uncommon as you think. That's pretty normal, actually. So what's uncommon about it, though, for me, from my perspective, is just how fast it is. It's so quick. It's so soon, But we'll see. Now, the next thing we know is where Scream 6 will be filmed. So they have announced just recently again, the news has been pouring out at an insane pace. It's hard to keep up with. There's so much stuff going on. All right. So they are going to be making the movie in Montreal, Canada. Now, this is an interesting choice. It's the first time outside of the U.S. that they're going to be filming a Scream film. So I'm very anxious to see what they have in store, what they have in mind for this setting in Montreal. Sure, expenses is a part of it. It's very expensive to film in the United States. So it's not uncommon that Canada gets a lot of productions made there. A lot of TV shows are filmed in Canada, quite a few. And the same goes for movies as well. So this is no exception. It's just that it's something new for Scream. So what kind of a setting will we see in Montreal? It's very possible that we're going to be moving to a cityscape, if you will. Basically, think of like a New York City, a la Gale Weathers on her TV show. We could be having a skyscrapers, downtown feel here, which would be absolutely really cool. I mean, I would love to see Ghostface lurking around office buildings and running through alleys, and all of the scenery there could provide such an exciting map, if you will, of Ghostface, of potential great setups, great kills, all of those things. So this movie could it possibly be in a fictitious New York City scape type setting? I think it's possible. We'll have to wait and see, but we know that's where it will be filmed. So we know when the movie is going to be filmed, we know where it's going to be filmed, and we know when it's going to be released in theaters next year. And now we also know what the working title is going to be for Scream 6. So the working title is basically what they use for auditions. And, it's basically the term that the movie's called until it comes out. So for Scream 5, remember it was Parkside Alpha. Parkside Alpha was the working name of Scream 5 as they were auditioning and filming the movie. And it just helps to try to throw a curve into folks knowing what they're auditioning for and for folks knowing what's being filmed. Try to bring some level of secretness to it. However, when it gets down the internet like this, it pretty much defeats the purpose, but it is what it is. So anyway, Parkside Alpha was Scream 5's working title. Well, Scream 6, the working title has been confirmed that is going to officially be Blackmore. That's right. Blackmore is the title of the working title for Scream 6. And there is a story behind this title, and I'm going to get to that right now, actually. I'm going to go ahead and just share that with you right now, which is the connection of Blackmore ties to another fact, which we also know is the name of Tara's dad. That's right. I want to say this. The fantastic Michael, who runs Scream Obsessed over on Twitter, just an incredible resource, an incredible part of the Scream community. Scream Obsessed rocks on Twitter, and I'm going to be having Michael on the channel soon so we can talk Scream together for you guys. It's going to be a lot of fun. But he retweeted a post from one of Scream 6 the writers for Scream 6, Guy Busick. You know, I talk about him all the time on the channel. And the tweet was actually from a couple of weeks ago when they were doing this Scream watch-along party. And here's what Guy said in his actual tweet about this. He said, to protect the secret audition sides for Sam and Tara, had the line, "It told me who my real father was. It was John Blackmore," end quote. Hearing actors say it with such conviction was very funny, and we all still quote it all the time. So basically, when they released this out, this is what the line that they used, because they obviously, you know, we know who her father is. It's, you know, we're not going to see this. They didn't want to say Billy Loomis because that's going to be like such a spoiler. So they inserted this name, John Blackmore. Well, what's interesting about that is that here we are now with a working title of Scream 6 as Blackmore. So it makes me wonder a big time, what the heck does it mean? I mean, you know, is John Blackmore truly going to be the name of Tara's dad? Or is this all a coincidence? Just like back then it was replacing Billy Loomis's line. Is Blackmore just you know, hey, it was funny, we still laugh about the whole line about John Blackmore. So we're going to stay in the working title of the movie Blackmore. May have nothing to do with the actual story. It could be completely nothing to do with it whatsoever. However, it also could. So it could go either way. Right now, we don't know. All we know for sure is that's the working title. It's Blackmore. And we know that this throwaway line from Scream 5 in the audition process for Sam and Tara was that it would be John Blackmore. So the question then becomes, do they keep that name, or was it just, again, a placeholder? That's what we're going to have to find out. So lots of time to theorize in the coming months of what this may or may not mean, but it's going to be fun to do that with all of you guys. It's going to be great. And I can't wait to hear what your thoughts are on it as well. What else do we know? Well, we know that Courtney Cox has the script. So Courtney Cox has the script, but has not yet confirmed she's coming back. She did an interview with Variety, and every news outlet pretty much that's reporting about this since that interview has come out posting that she's coming back, that she's confirmed a return. However, I listened to the interview several times, to the actual audio interview, and never does she state she's coming back. She only says that she just got the script and had not even read it at that time. She said she hadn't even read the script yet. And now, listen, I fully believe she will be back. I've said that for the record. I've said that. But I also have to say, again, she did not say in that interview that she's coming back, and everyone's sourcing the interview. But I'm like, did anyone listen to it? Because she doesn't say that. And I listened closely, like multiple times, to make sure I didn't miss a little comment here or there. And it does not. She just says she has the script. She hasn't had a chance to read it yet. And then they begin filming, they being Radio Silence, they begin filming in June. That's what she basically said about Scream 6. So, however, again, I think she's coming back. Not a big deal. I just want to make sure that I'm clear that that is the case. But we know that she's reviewing it. Secondly, we also know that Neve Campbell probably has the script. And I say probably because 2 or 3 weeks ago at the Mad Monster Party convention in North Carolina, Neve said that she was contacted by the Scream 6 team. He was approached to return, and she was waiting to read the script at that time before she decides whether or not she's going to come back as Sidney Prescott. And this was, again, at least 2 or 3 weeks ago now. It's been a little bit. So we know that Courtney has the script. It's just logic says that Nev has it as well, because it's done and being distributed. So we just have to wait and see. We've heard nothing from Nev since that convention, publicly anyway. And so we're just going to have to wait and see. I think she's coming back as well. I believe they'll both return, and we will see them, because obviously they've already written a part for her in the script. It's already done. So they have a creative idea of where they want her to go with this character in the sixth film. So then they know she's not going to come back if they kill her off. She's already basically said that publicly. So they're not doing that. So there's definitely a story there. So that's why I think she'll be back. I really do. At the end of the day, I think it'll be announced, but they're just going to, slow down. Although I keep saying to slow down, but look at the stuff coming out. It's like ridiculous. But we've had no casting news. That's the thing. All this stuff has been movie news about in general things about the movie. Release dates, locations, all these things. But we've not got any cast news yet. So I think once that starts to trickle down, it'll start being a domino effect. We're going to hear about everybody in the next few weeks that's going to be joining onto this film. I imagine by mid to late April, we're going to have a pretty good idea of who's in the movie for the most part, except for the ones they're keeping secret, like Stu Macher, when they bring him back. They're going to keep that a surprise. All right. So I had to throw that in there. You guys know that. All right. So listen, guys, and as far as Kirby and Stu, again, I mentioned Stu just now. Kirby's the same thing. We'll have to wait and see. All right, I don't think they'll announce Kirby's coming back, until the movie comes out. They'll want to keep that a secret as well. I really do. I think they're going to want to surprise us with that. So keep in mind when all this stuff comes out, it may not necessarily be the actual full list, because they're going to have some things up their sleeves that they want to just show us when the movie, when the movie comes out. They don't want to reveal everything. So I expect Kirby and Stu, that's some information we'll never know about until we're all sitting in the theaters March 31st of 2023. All right, guys. Well, listen, that's it for this update. I just want to give you all kind of a state of the union for Scream 6 and where we're at. So I want to know now what you think about all these things. What do you feel about all this new information we have? Do you like the filming dates, the release dates, location, working title, all the things we just talked about? I want to know all your opinions, your theories, your ideas of what you want to see in this movie and what you think we'll see in this movie. And sometimes those are two different things. They are. So leave your comments below right now so we can start discussing it together. Well, guys, again, that's it for this update, but I'll be back soon with more Scream and other horror movie content. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, this is Craven Something Scary, where it's all horror all the time. Thank you for watching.